see all the people led into deception by the very men bound to care, blinded by the promises, unknowingly sold despair. So leave your herd of sheep and follow this shepherd to revolutionary ends. The world that you knew has changed around you. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. Are you ready for? Are you ready for? Are you ready for the revolution? Revolution. The revolution's now. It's happening all around you. If you cannot see, pull aside the curtain and see the war machine. It's time for you to rise up and prepare. So arm your fellow man, 'cause it's become destructive to its own ends. The world that you knew has changed around you. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. Are you ready for? Are you ready for? Are you ready for the revolution? The revolution. The revolution's now. It's happening all around you. If you cannot see, pull aside the curtain and see the war machine. It's time for you to rise up and prepare. So arm your fellow man, 'cause they've become destructive to their own ends. The world that you knew has changed around you. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. Are they ready for? Are they ready for? Are they ready for? We the people. We the people. We don't need no home. We don't need no control. All we need is a joint to roll. As you step into this world with all your hopes and dreams of everything they told you could possibly be. Right in the beginning, it starts out slow. One by one, you watch your dreams go, as they tell you what to do with the rest of your life. No one stops and thinks it's not their choice. We don't need no home. We don't need no control. All we need is a joint to roll. of luxury. We don't need your American dream. All we need is to believe. We've got the right to choose the path we lead. As you wake up on the next day in your square little house, your 3 little kids and your quiet little spouse. What happened to the plans that you set on a shelf? Your travels, your dreams, and your thoughts for yourself. Looks like you chose what they said was best for your health. Now your money and your objects become yourself. We don't need no home. We don't need no control. All we need is a joint to roll. We don't need a life of luxury. We don't need your American dream. All we need is to believe that we've got the right to choose the path we lead. As your life's gone by, you stop and look back. Your heart sadly shows that you follow their track. No lives have been saved, no lives have been changed. Simply been conformed, be one and the same. We don't need no home. We don't need no control. All we need is that joint to roll. We don't need a life of luxury. We don't need your American dream. We don't need your American dream. I don't condemn, I don't convert. This is the call, and have you heard? Bring all the lovers to the fold. No one is gonna lose their soul. All my days I've been searching to find out what this life is worth. Through the books I've looked, through time I've searched. Love, love is my religion. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. All you need is love. So don't let nobody stop us. Free spirits have to soar. With you I share the gift. The gift that we now know. I don't want to fight. Hey, let's go fly a kite. There's nothing we can't cure. I'ma keep you in my arms for sure. Love, love is my religion. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. All you need is love. All you need is love.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
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 Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, it's Hasbro. Hasbro makes toys. What's new, Hasbro? Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head with their own cars and trailers. That's what's new. See, Mr. Potato Head has a car and boat trailer. And there's a car and shopping trailer for his wife, Mrs. Potato Head. It's such fun to do and so easy. Like this. Take any fruit or vegetable. Just stick in eyes, then ears, and then the mouth. You can make the funniest looking people in the whole world. Potato Head people look different every time you make them. Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head with cars and trailers come in $1 and $2 sizes. What else is new, Hasbro? A vanity case with toy cosmetics and beautiful accessories and real-looking doctor and nurse kits. Hasbro makes great toys. It's fun to play with Hasbro.
So, a creature for my amusement. Prepare for battle.
Well, it's nighttime, don't you know? There's a place you need to go. Grab your gal and grab your bow, 'cause it's time for the secret show. If you're feeling sad and low, and you're running out of dough, make it quick, don't take it slow, and head for the secret show. It's time for the secret show!
Hello. You people hear me okay? I would like to think so. Let's see if this works. Yay! Willie gave us $10. Thanks, Willie. What a weird week it was. Marjorie Taylor Greene was shunned by Trump, so she resigns from Congress. Then Trump turns gay for Zoran Mamdani. That's crazy, right? I can't believe she retired or she resigned. I wonder if she's going to run for Senate instead, or governor, or hell, she may run for president in 28. That could very well be. In any case, I don't really care. I don't really care. I mean, if you care, that's fine. But, I don't really care. What's going on, everybody? Let's shout out the peeps. We got Ghost Start and Miguel holding it down over on the Rumbly Tumblies. Thank you. I think Miguel's over there for the emojis. I know that for sure. We got P Stuff in the house. Hello, P Stuff. Good to see you, my friend. And our buddy Charlie. Good to see you. He says, Uncle Warren, light of my life, just give me the bat. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash your fucking brains in. I'm going to bash them the fuck in. I love that movie. So good. Speaking of hell, we got that? Yeah, we're still... Okay. We got Rick in the house. Good to see you, Rick. Long-time listener back over there on the Rumbles. Good to see you. Who else we got here? CBC voter. It's the usual suspects. Cowboy Kitty. We got, and then, I don't know who turned this at shit on. I don't know if YouTube did that or not. I don't really like that at stuff. Do you guys like that at, your at name in the chat? I don't know about that. I don't know how to turn that off. We'll figure that out, I guess. Anonymous crossed the pond, barely awake, but enough to lurk. Oh, well, lurking's fine. We'll take lurkers. Miss Laney P. What's up, Laney P? Girl. We had a fun show this past Wednesday on the Undercurrent. Well, it wasn't fun as in wee. I mean, there was some fun stuff on there, but she's getting to the nitty gritty about the Snap stuff and the fuckery that's still going on with that. Yeah, we can send billions of dollars to Israel, but you know, let's means test yet again. Snap, whether you're allowed to eat or not in America. Who we got here? Chuck's Intergalactic UFO Show Intergalactic. Another dimension. As we said, Willie is here. Good to see you, my friend. How's things, Willie? Are you getting skinnier? Are you too skinny? I can't read this too much. Bad things will happen. Okay. Oh, there's Max Sargent. Oh, there's Max. Oh, God. At is anti-Semitic. Go start. Yeah. You miss choosy Knights of Malta. Hate it for trolling reasons. Hey, if you guys know how to turn that off, let me know. I'll turn it off. I don't like that shit either, man. That's like going to somebody's house and your mom uses your house name and it's not for public consumption. Like you got a nickname or something. They're like, bedwetter, get your ass in here. Mom, don't be telling people that name. Don't be telling them that my name. Don't be telling them my superhero name. I go to the bad guy's house and I pee on their bed. That's the bedwetter. Da, 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 da. That's not a real thing. We say hi to everybody. Well, shit. Okay. I don't know. I know why this is not working. We'll make this work. There's still a bunch that are so original it doesn't matter. That's true. Well, everybody knows who everybody is. So just pretend Z's for one night till we get this shit figured out. It's like that whole ranking thing too. I don't like the ranking thing. I don't see that, thank goodness. I don't know if I turned that off or not. I think people just fucking with us. So we got poll going on. So what's the reason why J.R.R. Tolkien sold out regarding Lord of the Rings? And some people are like, what? He didn't sell out. Well, maybe he did. Who knows? All right, let's just say hypothetically that he did. All right. Was it money for himself or family members? Did he do it for staggering tax debt? Did he do it for, did he just change of heart right before he died, or was he being blackmailed or extorted? It's not showing me there, but I must get rid of that. So the poll so far says 50. There's 13 votes. If you keep, this is on YouTube. If you're on Rumble or Facebook, sorry. Yeah, this is a Facebook, a YouTube only thing. So right now with 13 votes, staggering tax debt 54%, change of heart right before death at 23%. Money for himself, family members at 15%, and then blackmail, extortion 8%. Ooh, he's being blackmailed. What was he being blackmailed about? Tell me your secrets. Wait a minute, where was this? Oh, okay. All right, so we'll come back to that later. I always tie these polls to some bullshit later in the show, and I will. So we have all kinds of videos and stuff for you. All right, thanks again for the $10, Willie. That was swell of you, sir. All right, do we do this? A little slow going, but going nonetheless. Give me chicken. Please. Do yourself a favor. Do your family a favor. If you like seeing them alive. I've turned to extortion to get you to like, share, and subscribe to this show. I'll come to your house. We sit on the couch with you with our arms folded like, hey, I know you're not watching this show. It'd be a real shame if something were to happen to the little Susie over there with the cutesy doll. That's very nice, your little family unit here. We wouldn't do that. Wouldn't extort you with chickens. I mean, we might. It's RoboCoop. They're all feisty. It says Z's, but they all awake. Look at this one. This one's like, I gotta clean my shit, yo. Yeah, so this is Small Red Barn on the YouTubes. The previous video, the old vintage commercial there, the vintage original Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head commercial from the 1960s. That's from Vintage TV Commercials on your local YouTubes. Get them wherever YouTubes are available. Yeah, so weird that the chickens are acting like that, but it is West Coast, so maybe there's still some action going on. Speaking of action, I'm not a versus person. I do like to compare generations. Like boomers to Gen X to millennials. I do like to make comparisons. I think there's interesting comparisons there. And so this is who's this guy? This is John Cotrides, Kotrides. He does a lot of Gen X videos, kind of breaking it down. And so it starts off with the Gen Zers talking about being broke, and Gen X is like, okay, we'll tell you about being broke, sir or madam. So yeah, listen to this. This is fun.
I have a question for the older generation.
Hey, gotta say, not loving that as a nickname. What do you need?
in the 90s, how were y'all broke? That was back when a Big Mac costed like $1.
Listen, kid, if McDonald's dollar menu from 1990 is your economic metric of choice, we're starting this conversation already in the drive-thru.
Our generation, we're still somehow making ends meet, with rent being 3 times as high, the average car note being $800 a month. How were y'all broke back then?
You want to know how Gen X could have been broke back in the 90s when a Big Mac was $1? Simple. We were broke differently. First of all, yes, you guys and everyone else are dealing with housing costs that are insane. Today's average rent over $2,200 in a lot of cities. Back in the mid-90s, I think it was like $550 nationwide. It's true. But here's the part people forget. Our wages were garbage. Federal minimum wage in 1995, $4.25 an hour. In today's money, that's $8.70, less than what most fast food places pay today. And yes, I get we're talking buying power, and it's horrible today, but hold on. You talk about car payments. A lot of Gen Xers, we didn't have car payments. We had cars, not good cars, not safe cars, not necessarily reliable cars. A lot of us had cars that needed to be prayed over like they were heading into surgery because our cars were like 15 years old. 2 different colored doors and smelled like Blockbuster popcorn. It was fine, but enough. Got the job done. Rent? No, we weren't paying $2,200 a month. To be fair, I wasn't even paying the average $550 a month because I had 4 roommates. One who wasn't even legally on the lease and lived in the basement like a troll from Fraggle Rock. Hey, Tony. And yeah, things were cheap, sort of. Luxuries were way more expensive. TV, $500, $600, $800. VCR, $300, $350. Computer in those dollars, $1,500 minimum. And it didn't do anything. Cell phones, forget it. We opted for pagers and finding payphones that didn't smell like sadness. And our big break after graduating college? Dude, we didn't graduate into tech jobs and remote work. We graduated into the dot-com bust. Some perspective? Back then, Amazon was literally an online bookstore. And failing. The only thing booming was the number of McJobs, part-time jobs, restaurant jobs, retail jobs, name tag jobs. So yeah, I guess a lot of us were broke. But half the reason we didn't feel broke is we lived more frugally and didn't really expect much. Not judging you guys, but we didn't compare our lives to what we saw people doing on Instagram because, well, there was no Instagram. So here's the truth. We're all dealing with today's world together. A lot of Gen Xers have a short time span to what we imagined would be retirement, and it's not coming. We have our struggles, you have yours. And trust me, being broke is being broke. No matter what decade the Big Mac was $1 in.
Like, did y'all just fuck off?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of that too.
Yeah, there was some fucking off for sure. But not, that was just a teeny tiny bit. The fucking off was teeny tiny. It wasn't like all the time. But yeah, minimum wage at the time, I think before Bill upped it was like $4.25 an hour. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, and rents were definitely not that crazy. You had a little bit more money to play with back then, but then again, you didn't have ridiculousness in your taxes. I mean, you did, but you didn't really on the local. Yes, capitalism is always capitalism, Rick. That's true. Kate said, I had a 53 Ford pickup to get back and forth to work. I had another 53 Ford in the yard for parts whenever I needed a part. Yeah. I was talking to my buddy Ed the other day about there's no more shade tree mechanics. You know, like you could go out and replace a motor in your backyard as long as you had a sturdy tree that you put a pulley on there and get the motor out. Trump sucked up Bill's saxophone. Oh, such sinners. Yeah, we had. That's why you had a lot of people down south. You saw a lot of cars in their front yard. It wasn't so much for they abandoned it. It was just for parts. You know, sometimes, and then sometimes, yeah, they abandoned it. Right to repair law is going away too. You have to bring it in. You have to get it hooked up to the computer. You have to get them to fix it now. It's like he said in the video, you know, TVs used to be like $600-800 because, you know, at some point, you know, they were supposed to last a good while. Now they're just disposable. That's why you can get a big screen TV. I don't know what the relative quality is going to be for like about $200. You can get something to impress your pals and watch the big game or watch a movie on or something. Remember when Costco was called Price Club? Oh, really? I never put those two together. That's cool. Yeah, people be buying. I bought a TV at Costco. I ain't gonna lie. Got a clone for my clone for me. Yeah, it was a different kind. But that was the beginning of the Gen X fuckery, right? The you know, all the stuff that the boomer generation. I'm not saying all boomers. Not all boomers benefited from the boomer generation, but the boomer generation itself had its privileges. You had cheap or free college, practically free health care. You know, a lot of your daily things I need in life. You know, you had cleaner water until you started getting more of the corporations dumping water, shit into the rivers. But you know, there was a lot of benefits to the boomer. And then once the Gen X came along, it's like, all right, now you got to pay for all this shit. And college was ridiculous, especially like when you had to pay for books and you had to pay for all this extracurricular stuff. Yeah, there was more steady paying jobs. They paid crap, but they were steady. Before scanners, one person would read the barcodes out loud and the cashier would type them in, then package your stuff and buy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Or the person would just type it in. They'd just look at the thing and type it in. Yeah. If I'm telling you, if there's ever like an EMP or something like that, or a coronal mass ejection from the sun that wipes out all the satellites, and we got to go back to using solar calculators. Yeah, it's gonna be a world of hurt for some people. So, yeah, you know. Back then, yeah, talking about jobs, and it used to be a lot easier to get a job back then too, as far as like applying for a job. You didn't have a lot of online stuff, but when you went in with your resume, a lot of times you could, you know, work that magic, baby, and you get that job. And nowadays you got AI programs that read your resumes, right? So this is Veronica. This is she's always doing this office stuff, and this is G+ Animation. Applying for jobs in 2025. Be like I say in my cracker voice.
Well, your resume looks fantastic. I just have to call your references and you should be good to go. You said you like to stay busy, so that's good news because we have a lot to catch up on. So just really quick, before we get any further, just because I don't want to waste anybody's time, what is the starting pay? Because I don't want to, wait for you to call me back and then find out that the starting pay is not something that I'm okay with. Yeah, so the salary ranges between $17.28 to $17.90 an hour. Okay, I definitely saw that on the website, but I do have my master's degree. So where does that factor into the pay scale? What's that? What's a master's degree? I'm sorry. Did you just ask me what's a master's degree? Yeah, all these new terms these days, no one can keep up. What does it mean? So it essentially means that I'm specialized in this field, like it's a postgraduate degree, preparing me to essentially become an expert in this field specifically. I can't believe you don't know what a master's degree is. Oh, okay. Reggie, have you heard the term master's degree before? Do you know if we're paying any extra for that?
No, I've never heard of that.
Okay, give me just 1 second. A master's degree is...
You had to Google it.
Fancy. Okay, all right, listen, they might kick my butt for doing this, but we can take you up to $18 an hour. I feel like that would be a fair representation of your degree. Please don't call me.
Please don't.
I'm gonna go, but please don't call me.
Yeah. Please don't call me. Right? Ooh, what's a master's degree? I know. Well, we laugh, ha ha, he he, but yeah, there's jobs out there that what? Are you like masters of the universe? Are you He-Man? And you're like, no. No, that's not me. But yeah, I mean, that's even if you get that far. I know she goes, fancy. What's up, Yonina? Trump said nurses are no longer a professional degree. I know, right? Because they only jab needles in you and shit. You don't need no fucking fancy degree to stab somebody, right? I know P stuff. It's crazy town. Yeah, I'm not fucking those nurses, but I dig what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah, that kind of goes back to what the Gen Xers and the Gen Z guys were talking about. Like $17, $18 an hour to some people sounds like really good. But in reality, your rents are outrageous, food's outrageous. If you drive anywhere, the fuel's outrageous. People are like, well, actually, did a car fuel down? It's still expensive. It's still stupid expensive where it should be. They got plenty of oil. It shouldn't be that expensive. But they know they can get that money out of you. What happened? So yeah. And you can't just raise wages. I mean, yes, that's a good start, but you got to do other things too. You got to change the system on which everything's based on. Otherwise, it's just going to be more corruption, dealing with that shit. And when you're dealing with corruption, you're dealing with getting tied up in the courts with all this stuff. It's just ridiculous. Oh God, that guy from Abby Do is here. What's up, Nahilo? Hello, Nahilo. Nah, I'm just fucking with him. I love him. That's my buddy Mikhail. Is it Michael? God, we did this last time. I think I was high last time too. I'm just gonna call you Mikhail because it looks like Mikhail, and fuck it. Fuck your name. I'm gonna say it the way I want to. Yeah, exactly. Raising wages, raising profits. Yeah, we totally need to get these wages because these communities, these small businesses that rely on people spending part of their paycheck in their community, they need that money too. Right? It ain't just the person's money, and then it goes out to local taxes too, which actually do things in some places. But people scared of communism. They scared of wearing that red. They think you have to wear red all the time and wear that hammer and sickle. They think you gotta You think you gotta say call people comrade all the time? I know we have the same. I'm stoner, man. We have the same conversation all the time. I'm so sorry. You say you don't have a preference. So you're easy like Sunday morning. I like that. That's nice. All right, fine. All right, now for something completely different. That door wasn't squeaky. Yeah, see, let's watch that again. Oh, Granny. And then he just ran right into it. Call that crop dusting. She went there. That was just, we threw that in for funsies. Old people farting. What else do you want? Okay. Chemical warfare. Friendly fire. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we didn't say this show was highbrow by any stretch. All right, this next one. So what was that? That was simply what the fuck, WTF, or simply WTF. Granny almost sent Grandpa to the other side with the stank ass. Grannies don't give a fuck, man. They just fart wherever. Use Ray's just being called Michael, but everyone gets confused by it, so I stopped correcting people. Well, yeah, it looks like Mikhail. I'll call you Michael, that's fine. But yeah, old people don't care, especially, I don't know, maybe nowadays they're a little more sensitive to it. You know, they won't fart around their kids. I will. I don't care whose kids are around me, I'll fart around them. Everybody's got to get up in that stank. This next one's funny. This chimp was a criminal mastermind. This is from the Feedski, FEEDSKI, on your local YouTubes. This ain't Casey Kasem, baby. We don't do requests. This is not, look, we have a request night, I'll let you know, okay? But this is not a request night.
This chimp declared war on zoo visitors and stunned scientists after doing something that's unique to humans. Every morning at a zoo in Sweden, Santino had a very important ritual. While everything was quiet and calm, hours before any pesky humans showed up, Santino would patrol his enclosure, gather rocks, break off pieces of concrete, and pile them into small stashes near the visitors area. Then he would wait, and when the zoo was full of guests, he would calmly walk to one of his hidden stashes, grab his ammunition, and just unleash a barrage of rocks at the crowd. And this left scientists stunned, because this wasn't some impulsive tantrum. This was a complex future planning where Santino woke up and thought, I know I'm going to be mad later, so I'll get my ammo ready now. Zookeepers tried to stop him by taking his rock pile every morning before the zoo opened. So Santino adapted and began hiding his rocks around his enclosure, proving he could also use deception.
That face like, I clowned all y'all. I done clowned all y'all. It's a smart monkey. And see, that's what's going to happen once they take over, man. They ain't even going to hide the shit after that. Nope. Monkey was playing rock, paper, scissors. A friend of yours crop dusted our couch from the top of the stadium. It reached him to the track on the field. Damn, that's some stank. That's usually some fatty material and some bubbly stuff was involved. Your parents added the K to honor the Finnish heritage, so when people say Mikhail, that's what they're doing, I guess. I don't mind. All right. Okay. Cool. Rock, paper, scissors, throat punch. All right. So that was the feed ski. This was Mr. Ballin, but this is some weird shit. Yeah, that'll do it too. If that fajita taco, anything with some peppers all up in there. I don't know why Nightbot's up in here too. Nightbot all up in here. Rock, aper, scissors. I see what you did there. I got a thing for that. Yay! I know, right? Wasn't he protecting the kid or something? So this next one is the dark truth behind this $100 billion slogan. You may know it. I don't. I didn't know this. Well, now you're about to find out. Mr. Ballin's going to tell us.
On January 17th, 1977, a 36-year-old man named Gary Gilmore walked towards an abandoned canned food factory in Draper, Utah. Gary was a convicted murderer, and he had been sentenced to death just a few months earlier. And immediately after the sentencing, his mother, along with the American Civil Liberties Union, had lobbied to try to change the sentence and make it a life sentence instead. But he actually did not want that. And so instead, he had basically pushed to go forward with his execution. Gary was surrounded on all sides by guards because they were afraid that Gary might try to run. But Gary was not about to run. And what he saw was this big, cavernous, open space with no equipment in it and one chair pushed up against the far back wall. Gary knew he was supposed to sit in that chair. And then when he reached the chair, he sat down. The guards that had walked him in began strapping his wrists and his ankles to this chair. Gary didn't put up a fight. And on the far side of this factory was one other thing inside of the space. It was like this big curtain that was protecting something on the other side. He saw there were 5 evenly spaced cutouts across the curtain. And even though Gary couldn't actually see anything in any of these cutouts, he knew what was behind them. He knew that at each station, there was a police officer armed with a rifle. They were the firing squad that Gary himself had requested. And then the chaplain came over and read Gary his last rites. And then after that, he asked Gary if he had anything else he wanted to say. And Gary looked up at the chaplain and just said, "Let's do it." And so the chaplain backed off, signaled to the firing squad that Gary was ready. And then once everything was in place, rifles poked through the 5 holes in the curtain and they fired. Shortly after, Gary was dead. 10 years after Gary's execution in 1987, a young marketing executive named Dan Wyden was having a meeting with his colleagues at his company's headquarters in Portland, Oregon. So Dan actually owned this marketing agency, and his company had recently signed this new client. It was a small business with a lot of promise. They needed a strong marketing campaign to really get them off the ground and sort of begin to make them a household name. And so for hours, they sat there pitching different ideas, but nothing really felt right. He suddenly has this epiphany. He just randomly found himself thinking about the execution of Gary Gilmore 10 years earlier, death by firing squad. It was all over the news. And Dan, like his colleagues, had certainly kept up with that story. It was a big deal at the time. He remembered a very particular detail about the execution that for whatever reason just felt like, oh my goodness, we can use that to market this brand. Dan would take a well-known detail from the execution of Gary Gilmore, he would tweak it slightly, and he would use it to fuel this advertising campaign for the small business.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Kate says there was a movie about Gary Gilmore. I think of Gary Gilmore, I always think about the lead singer of Pink Floyd, but that was somebody else. Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil your intensity with this.
And it would work amazingly. It literally doubled this company's business practically overnight. And this campaign, it featured a slogan that has since become arguably one of, if not the most famous slogans for any business in the entire world. The slogan that Dan created was based directly on Gary Gilmore's final words, "Just do it." Dan's client, that small business, was Nike.
Just do it. So just do it came from an execution. Oh, capitalism. Have you no bounds of shame? None. The Chair. I know, that is pretty yeah, no, David Gilmour, thank you. And it's spelled different too. I know. So unlike them to use something. Yeah, I mean, there's so much creepy shit. If your normie friends knew half the shit that you knew, they would just be sitting in a corner just going, drooling and probably got poop in their pants or whatever. Well, half my friends do. Half my friends have poop in their pants for different reasons altogether. You had no idea, just do it. I didn't either. See, we're learning together, Kate. We're all learning together. And good to see everybody. I think we have 22 people watching on YouTube. That's nice. Good to see everybody. We're on Rumble and Facebook too, just in case you're not comfortable being on those places. More funsies. These are those dark jokes with mom that's all cringy and nice that the kids seem to like. So we're sharing them with you again. Here's some more dark jokes with mom.
Let me hear. Hey, Mom. So a family are checking into a hotel room, and they go to their front desk, and the dad walks up to the front desk and goes, "Is your porn disabled here?" And the guy looks at him weird and goes, "No, we have regular porn, you sick fuck."
What do lesbians do when they're on their periods?
The same as everybody else. I don't know.
Finger paint.
Do you know what the INRI stands for on the crucifix? INRI. I'm nailed right in.
Wow.
How do you get a nun pregnant?
Leave me alone.
How do you get a nun pregnant?
I don't know.
Dress her up as an altar boy.
Oh my God.
What vegetable is good for your memory? A carrot. Because when I got one shoved up my ass, I never forgot about it.
That look of, pearls. Let me clutch my pearls. That's fun stuff. You got to throw in the cringy stuff there. You have creamy, crunchy, and cringy peanut butter. Get some Jif cringy peanut butter. What happened? So that was who was that? Oh, that was Norm's Rankins. I like this next lady, Ellie or Elle Cordova. She's all, wait a minute, she's all fancy and shit because she's all smart and shit. She'll be all fancy and shit. So she's got, this is actually fun. This is a little good. The grammarian versus the errorist showdown at the secret lair, and it's L apostrophe ERROR. This is Ellie Cordova, ELLE space CORDOVA. Bring me my pearls. Oh, laws, yes. Bring me my scarves and my water. I know, right? Fucking cringe. But this is fun stuff. Let's watch this. If you dare. Dun, dun, dun.
Grammarian, we meet again. It's been pages since I've seen you last. We need to talk, Arist. Well, then come in. Welcome to Misprint Manor, my humble lair. Red pen to base, I'm entering the clause. Malaprop? Yes, your erroneousness? Fetch our fastidious friend here a drink. She's no doubt parched from chasing stray commas down back galleys all day. What'll it be, Grammarian? Perhaps an espresso? It's espresso. Same difference, for all intensive purposes. Let's dispense with the unpleasantries, shall we? I'll have a negative, Malaprop, make it a double. Right away, my misleader. Now, what pedantry brings the great grammarian from the uppercase side to the red pen district, I wonder? Well, I've come to open a dialogue and to try to understand you, Arist. I see. Well, to understand an artist, one must know their work. Come, let me show you what I've been working on. Ah!
Look at that.
Behold, the depossessor. It strips pronouns of their possessions. The results can be quite apostrophic, diabolical. Ah, and here we have the Homophaser 9000. Careful, Grammarian. One blast from that and you won't know whose there is where and which way is through. What in subjunctive hellfire is that? That is my disaster. I call it the Babel machine, a weapon of mass misconstruction. Tell me, Grammarian, have you ever seen a wild predicate dancing in the wind? No subject to tether it, just floating. How about a verb without tense, free from the strictures of linear time? What are you doing? The world I'm building, Grammarian, it's beautiful, and you can be part of it. Step away from the Babel machine, Arist. With my genius and your power, together we would be unstoppable. I'm warning you, Arist. Shut down that machine. Join me, Grammarian, and together we'll write a new kind of story. Press the button!
Don't do it.
Freeze! Grammar police, you're under arrest for crimes against language. Thanks, Grammarian. It's over, Arist. They recorded the whole thing. You practically confessed to every word crime in the style guide. Deceit, Grammarian. How deliciously irregular. I'm sorry it had to end this way. End? Why, an ending is just a period, waiting to become an ellipses. Ellipsis. That's the spirit. See you soon. Malaprop, don't forget to feed Typo. And take him for his evening run-ons.
That's fun, nerdy stuff right there. That's Ellie Cordova. Ellipsis. I thought it was ellipses too. I'm stupid. I ain't got no knowledge in my head. Okay, there's 2 Saga Lore AI videos tonight. One's kind of short, the other one's the regular length. Your friend is a speech pathologist and would have had a connection with that clip. I know, right? Intensive. What is it? Intensive purposes. Intensive. I speak fluent typo. Bunch of errors. I do too, man. Just wait till we have to actually print stuff on paper again, and we forget, and there's no error correct. So you're writing all this crazy shit because you're used to the computer helping you with that stuff. Just saying, man. I'm not judging. I'm there too. You were as pleasantly graded. Yeah. Oh, you mean cringed? You were cringed out? Yeah. You know, I'm not like a grammar Nazi or anything like that, but I recognize when people say something that's incorrect. But my thing is when it's written incorrectly, and when they want to say lose and they write loose, that's the worst. Was that Misha? No, that was Ellie Cordova, ELLE, and her last name Cordova, like the old car. There used to be a car called a Cordova, I think. Cordova. Maybe she's named after the car. You type Lexia, yeah. I know. I understand. So when people write something wrong in a text message, I understand their thumb screwed them over somehow when they typed it. All right, we got more videos. So this one was fun. They turned Breaking Bad into a 1980s TV situation comedy. Yes, indeed. So this is the first of two from Saga Lore AI. Let's enjoy this. How's a wheelchair?
In a house where the biggest shine, dad's cooking up dreams. Says it's all just science time.
Daddy White.
Bills to pay and the car won't start.
Jesse.
But family's the formula,
His
straight
wife,
from the heart.
Jane.
When life's
Uncle
unstable,
Hank.
mix it slow. Add a smile and watch it glow. Mom's got class, the baby cries, the RV's
Mama
parked just out of sight. Oh, blue skies, blue something too. But love's the purest thing we brew. When the heat turns up, don't lose your cool. Even Heisenberg follows family rules through highs and lows, through smoke and flame. Dreams get wild, but hearts stay the same. One more mix, one more breakthrough. Every little step's a family truth. That's a life in a home so chemically clean. A home so chemically clean. A home so chemically clean. Home so chemically clean. Yeah, and when they say his name, say it, Mr. He smiles just right, 'cause family's the empire that burns so bright.
You gotta have saxophone. If it's 80s, you gotta have saxophone in there. Piano too, preferably both. But if you have neither, then what are you doing? So that was Saga Lore AI. What's going over here? Chrysler Cordoba. Yes, not Cordova. Thank you. See, there's so many smart people. Words like don't are an exception because laziness. Yeah, unless you're data. Unless you're data from the next generation. Finger man. I went down to the crossroad, the old finger man. We talked to Legba. He sold his soul down there to Legba. Good to see you. Well, snuck in here in the middle of the night. In the heat of the night, I hear a heartbeat, honey, sneaking, or a wolf crying, honey, sneaking around your door. Remember that's White Snake. This Still the Night. I used to love that song, man. I used to love some White Snake, man. But that's still in the night, I hear the wolf crying, honey, sneaking around your door. But Max, there's Finger Man. You found him. Now you can play together. Music trivia for you from our buddy Tim from that band Kicking Harold. Maybe we'll play some Kicking Harold if he'll be nice and not copyright it. But I doubt that. Behind the 70s hit song. This is fun trivia. I don't know if you know this stuff, so take a listen.
How did a gig in Hawaii, a New York taxi cab, and a hit movie create one of the biggest songs of the 70s? Back in 74, the Guess Who were in Hawaii, and they had a young up-and-coming band as their opening act. While at soundcheck, the young band's guitar player came up with a cool riff. Then the singer jumped on the drums and came up with a cool drum part. And before you know it, the singer was singing a melody, and they had a really good idea for their next album. Not long after, the band found themselves in New York City tracking their third record, and they needed material. And somebody remembered the jam in Hawaii. So they worked up the song, and after, they went to go see a movie to take a break. That night, the lead singer wrote all the lyrics, but the next day on the way to the studio, he left them in the taxi cab.
Oops.
In a panic, Steven Tyler went into the stairwell of the recording studio and wrote all new lyrics on the wall. He used a line from the movie he had just seen as the chorus.
And of course, you know, the movie that they saw with Igor, not Igor, Walk This Way. There's an old joke that someone says, walk this way. And then the other person says, if I could walk that way, I wouldn't need the talcum powder. You know what I'm saying? Because of the thing with the Glaven and the Huyven. Yeah, so they just had, it was Young Frankenstein was the movie that they saw. 74, they said. Man. Can't believe that movie's over 50 years old. I know a lot of youngsters are like, oh yeah, it's like ancient, you know, thinks it's a ghost or whatever. But when we were kids, we remember that movie wasn't that old. You know, Mel Brooks, though. History of the World Part 1, Spaceballs, you know, Blazing Saddles. Man, it's comedy gold, man. You take the blonde, I take the one with the turban. You know, I know, right? What's our next item up for bids here? Who we got here? We got, so who is this? Oh, it's Cody. Yeah, our buddy Cody. Cody's got some music trivia for you to go along with that music trivia for you. So let's listen to Cody and his music trivia.
In the late 70s, actor and director Vincent Gallo was in a band called Gray. One of the other members of that band was the artist John Michael Basquiat. The person doing backup vocals on the Crowded House song Don't Dream It's Over is guitar legend Joe Satriani. And Yoko Ono's grandfather was one of the most powerful financiers in Japanese history. He was also the son of a samurai. When John Lennon first saw a picture of him, he told Yoko Ono that he believed that that was him in a previous life. She said, "Don't say that. He was assassinated." Well, a few years later, John Lennon was assassinated.
Well, he was Caucasian. It's more like, no, I don't even get that. Okay, that's fine. Where am I? There we go. Tim Buck 2505. I hate these at names. That sucks. What's up? Good to see you. I know, right? Well, was that, I didn't even know the context of that. Was that all in the emails? Is that what he said in the emails that Trump blew Bill for clout or something like that? Oops. Sorry. Wrong screen up. Now, okay, this next one, this is a weird one. Maybe you old production types, and you know who you are, would probably appreciate this. So this is so you've heard screams in old movies, right? Like ah, and you know a lot of times that's just canned, right? And when they say canned, that means it's recorded for use in other projects as well, right? So you've heard of the Wilhelm scream. Right. As says, you'll hear it here in a second. But there's another scream called the Howie. And this is, I've heard this before too. I've heard this before too, and I think this is interesting. So let's just listen.
There are very few sound effects that can rival the popularity of the Wilhelm scream, but the Howie scream is one of the candidates, appearing in movies like Face Off,
there it is,
and The Basketball Diaries.
Okay, I watched the Critical Drinker for his movie reviews. I really don't give a shit about his political views, because he sometimes does that. But his movie reviews are fun. But he'll use that scream, that he'll use that in there too.
TV shows like Dexter's Lab, and in games like Half-Life 2 and StarCraft. Just like the Wilhelm scream, the Howie scream was originally recorded for a specific movie. In 1978, sound editor Gordon Ecker was working on the film The Ninth Configuration, written and directed by the author of The Exorcist, William Peter Blatty, and which is the second installment of his Trilogy of Faith series, between The Exorcist and The Exorcist 3. In the movie, there's a bar fight scene between a gang of bikers and an ex-Marine, with a couple of moments requiring prominent screams. So along with his team, he recorded several of them, and gave us the first ever use of the Howie scream. We still don't know who actually did the scream, but what's interesting is that you can hear a very similar, albeit slightly more screechy version just moments before in the same scene, presumably done by the same voice actor. Not much really happened after the debut of the Howie scream. The movie didn't do that well commercially, although Blatty did win a Golden Globe for his screenplay, and the scream didn't necessarily stand out in the minds of audiences or sound editors. But in Ecker's team was a young, up-and-coming sound editor by the name of Lon Bender, and a few short years later, he teamed up with another sound editor called Wiley Stateman to found Soundelux, a company providing a variety of sound editing and effects-related services to the entertainment industry. Eventually, they realized that they can monetize the recordings they've done even further by releasing them in the form of a stock sound effects library, taking on the most popular brand at the time, Sound Ideas, and created the Hollywood Edge in 1988. Their first sound effects library, the Premiere Edition Volume 1, a 20 CD collection containing nearly 1,500 sound effects, was released in 1990 and became extremely popular, containing many of the sounds heard in media throughout the 90s and into the present day. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the Howie scream is also in that library, marked as Man Gutren PE134401. Though the full title appears to be Man Gut-Wrenching Scream and Fall into Distance. The more screechy version never made it onto the library. This opened the floodgates, and the number of uses in media started to skyrocket, like in Natural Born Killers, and even as part of the theme tune for Real Monsters. But it was a scene near the climax of 1996's Broken Arrow, where Master Sergeant Kelly, played by NFL player turned actor Howie Long, is booted off a train to his death, that finally gave the Howie scream its name. With so many uses starting to appear in the 90s, it's unclear why this one in particular was the one that seeped into popular culture. Perhaps it was how prominent and obstructed it was in the movie, or the fact that it was done by a character from an already known figure like Howie Long, as opposed to an unnamed guard like in Face Off. It is, however, also known by another name, the TIE Fighter scream, due to its similarity with the sound those starships make in Star Wars films. Originally created by the person who also popularized the Wilhelm scream, Ben Burt. To create this sound, Burt mixed the roar of an elephant with the sound of cars driving on wet pavement, but it's said that he was also inspired by German Stuka bombers and Soviet Katyusha rocket launchers from World War II, both of which made whooshing, siren-like sounds as part of their operation. And that's partly why I think the Howie scream is so memorable. It's not the most realistic of screams, but its harmonically rich, guttural timbre sounds almost otherworldly and alien, if not plain terrifying, and definitely evokes an emotional reaction in the viewer. Plus, of course, it never seems to fit naturally into any movie, which is pretty funny. Anyway, Soundelux, the company, became extremely successful in the 90s and 2000s, but in 2014 was bought by SoundDogs, another company who had entered the space in the 1990s. SoundDogs released a library called the Soundelux Sound Effects Library, featuring 200,000 sounds that had been recorded by Sound Deluxe through the years. And on there were a couple of tracks that were variations on the Howie scream. Both are preceded by some sort of whimpering sounds and followed by the sound of a fall. So it's very likely that these were recorded specifically with the glass smashing scene in mind. One, called Man Whimpering and Holding Back a Scream, he lets it go and screams, then falls over at tail.
At tail? Sounds like he's taking a shit.
And another one called Male Strains Like in Pain and screams a very big scream like horrified and pained, then body fall good.
Body fall good. Yeah, this is definitely me taking a dump. More whimpering.
Which sounds suspiciously like the screechy version we heard in the 9th configuration, finally letting this version see the light of day. The Howie scream may not be as old or as widespread as its cousin the Wilhelm scream, but it nevertheless holds a significant place in pop culture, having been featured in a whole host of significant movies, TV shows and games, and also has its diehard fans too. So if you prefer the Howie scream to the Wilhelm, let me know down in the comments. You should go here to watch some of our other videos, and you can support us on Patreon or buy me a coffee.
Yeah, those pages aren't there, sir. If you're like, what was the Wilhelm again? Let me do this. This is the very beginning.
There are very few sound effects that can rival the popularity of the Wilhelm scream, but the Howie scream
that's crazy shit. That's stoner crazy shit. Your first husband would never let you watch movies that had a scream. Really? Colon blow. It would take 10,000 bowls of regular colon cereal. That's funny. What's up, Corbic? Williams in the house. Williamstein, what about when I blew my aunt? She liked it. We celebrated every Christmas, even if we didn't celebrate Christmas. You blew your aunt? You mean her little clitora? That's crazy, Kate. I guess that's why that's why you're your first husband and not your husband. I would assume. All right, so who is this guy? This was Mixed Signals is the name of the channel. So the next one's Morbid Facts, but this one's not some morbid, it's just cool. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Coral Castle down in Florida, and it's just these huge stones. This little dude, he moved all these stones, and he said he used the same technology as they did with the pyramids, but he wouldn't tell anybody his periods that he was talking about. But this is pretty cool. This is little bite size.
This man swore he discovered the secrets of the pyramids and then built something that shouldn't be possible. Coral Castle in Homestead, Florida is a massive stone structure built single-handedly by Latvian immigrant Edward Leeds Skalman between 1923 and 1951, using more than 1,100 tons or 2.5 million pounds of oolitic limestone. Ed stood barely 5 feet tall and weighed about 100 pounds, but managed to carve, lift, and position multi-ton blocks entirely on his own, often at night and without witnesses, sparking decades of speculation about how he moved such massive stones without any machinery. Visitors swear the site feels engineered with impossible precision. One of its stone gates, weighing over 8 tons, can spin freely with the push of a finger. Ed always claimed he had discovered the secrets of the pyramids, but never explained his methods, leaving behind perfectly balanced stone doors, astronomically aligned carvings, and walls heavier than cars. Coral Castle remains one of America's most mysterious handmade monuments, built out of obsessive heartbreak after Ed's fiancée canceled their wedding just a day before the ceremony.
Yeah, she missed out on all that coral building shit. I mean, didn't have any heavy machinery. I mean, he probably used like pulleys and stuff like that, but you know, still, even if you use pulleys, you still gotta position that shit. Yeah, art always from heartbreak, right? They should cancel the wedding too, right? Coral Castle and Paper Heart. She just shredded it. Hover sculptor tool. Humans don't have those yet. I know, it's pretty cool, huh? You saw the Orville Castle, you son of a bitch.
Get your hand off my penis!
Sick bastard. She never came back either. But that dude had that Coral Castle, man. It could have been worse. Could have had this chick. Wow. Ooh, it's astronomy chicks night. I like this chick, but she's a little out there. This is Cleo Abram. That's her name. Don't wear it out. And she's talking about what really happens if this asteroid hits Earth. Well, I think we told you about this before, but she's going to tell you about it again because she cray-cray. Fucking white crazy people. That's an unfortunate frame for her to be frozen on. What happens when a
giant asteroid hits Earth? It's not like a bullet hitting a wall. A bullet hitting a wall transfers energy into cracks and dents and heat and then stays there. But an asteroid is going so much faster than a bullet. So when it hits, most of the kilometers-wide hunk of rock or metal immediately turns from a solid into a superheated gas, with temperatures that for a moment can be hotter than the surface of the sun. And we know that because we can see this glass layer, which could only have been formed by a shockwave from an impact. So it's not solid hits solid like a bullet. It's solid turns to hot gas and then explodes. And the energy of that explosion is insane. A 50-meter asteroid would release the energy equivalent of 7.5 megatons of TNT. If an asteroid were headed toward Earth, what could we actually do about that? Turns out there are 5 options. If you want to know what they are, subscribe.
No, I ain't subscribing. You crazy. One of the things they were talking about is that she has a video. She said you can nudge it and get it out of the way, make it go off course to where it would miss Earth. But you'd have to do that in plenty of time. You can't just go up there and just go bing, and then you're done. It's going to take, months to get off that. The other thing is just blow it up with a nuke. They actually said one of their options is blow it up with a nuke. Why are they so obsessed with asteroids hitting? Yeah, because they got all this new technology up there, and they're seeing all this crazy shit around us now. That's like when you go into a hotel room and you turn on the blue light, you discover, oh my god, look at all these white spots. What the fuck, man? You see that? That's what they did. They turned on, that's all the white spots. They're seeing all this shit. This 3-eye atlas business, man, and Oumuamua, and they're starting to see more of this, interstellar stuff. You saw that movie? Yeah, Armageddon it. Yes, Armageddon it. Armageddon it. That's a good album by Def Leppard. Crazy in Bed, Sign You Up. Wait a minute, we got a thing for that.
This is dick crazy.
That's for you. All right, so that's her. Now we got another one. This is one of my future ex-wives. Although her restraining order says otherwise. This is Astro Alexandra. And she's talking about all this. See, and this is what's happening. They're using all this stuff. What's up, the music of Omen? Hope everyone's having a great weekend. I hope you are too. Nuke it. Yeah, no, that's America. Let's nuke it. So, Alexandra is talking about these James Webb Space Telescope images that are just nutty. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So let's watch and listen.
NASA just dropped a new image from the most powerful telescope in space, and it is so very weird. I'm on vacation and I had to talk about this. Before right now, astronomers thought that this looked like this. 2 stars and one like spiral ring. But no, this is one absolutely giant star that's gravitationally bound to 2 Wolf-Rayet stars, which are just stars that are really far along in their evolution and expelling a ton of mass before they die. But these rings are so weird. They form because the 2 Wolf-Rayet stars orbit each other every 190 years. But for 25 of those years, they're close enough for their stellar winds and all of that stuff they're ejecting to collide and form dust. And then that third really big star basically acts like a razor and cuts through all that dust, making these like pie slices missing. So these are basically like space rings in a tree. Something else that's weird and worth mentioning is that most Wolf-Rayet binaries have an orbital period of like 2 to 10 years. This is 190. And these rings are about 700 years old, and we know that the dust is traveling like 2,000 miles per second. Can't believe this photo is real. It's absolutely insane. If you liked seeing it and learning about it, please consider voting for me for TikTok's Learning Creator of the Year. The link is in my bio. And if you don't, I'll send the aliens.
Cool. You send more than aliens. I know, right? That's just a coincidence, Rick. It's just a coincidence. No, crazy. There's crazy shit out there in the universe. We don't know what the fuck it is. We're getting close to the end already, folks. I can't believe we've gone this far. You know, I love Vsauce because he's batshit. And so he's got this thing. I saw this. I had to share this with y'all because it goes with what the ladies were saying, but not really. But not really. But not really.
Look what I just figured out. I've been comparing human body proportions to the orbital distances of celestial bodies. And as it turns out, if the sun was at the top of your head and Pluto was at the bottom of your feet, Jupiter would be right at your chin and Uranus would be right at your anus. Now I know what a lot of you are thinking. Michael, Pluto's not a planet. Well, guess what? I agree. And I've got something for us too. As it turns out, if the sun was at the tip of your nose and Earth, the cradle of everything life needs, was right at the mouth, well then Neptune would be right at the knees and Uranus would be right at your anus. Coincidence? Yes, it's a complete coincidence and doesn't mean anything. Or does it? No, it doesn't. But
your anus. TEEH. That's T-he. I'm high on Jesus. I'm smoking Jesus. But oh, you love this guy? Yeah, he's pretty cool. What was his name? Vsauce. Vsauce is silly. He doesn't usually do too lowbrow that a comedy like that, but he did that time. We've got more. This treehouse detective guy, he's busting so many bubbles. I knew shows back in the 60s were a little bit covert in their messaging, but I had no idea how many. Are you having bets of when I'm going to pass out? I'm not going to pass out. I had coffee, all right? Ye of little faith. All right, so this is, who is this? Yeah, so this is Treehouse Detective, and he's talking about the Twilight Zone. So let's take a listen.
Not many people know this, but the Twilight Zone is only science fiction so that they could trick the 1950s TV censors into letting them tell stories about racism and other social issues. And the story just gets way more fascinating from there. The Twilight Zone is a classic science fiction TV show which premiered in 1959, but we all remember watching the marathons on the Sci-Fi Channel on New Year's Eve. And it boasted some classic episodes like Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, Time Enough at Last, and I Sing the Body Electric, and some powerhouse writers like Ray Bradbury and Richard Matheson. But the series creator, Rod Serling, didn't actually have any interest in science fiction at all. He was a playwright who liked writing human dramas about social justice issues like racism, injustice, threats of nuclear war, so on and so forth. And in the 1950s in the United States, that kind of stuff could fly on stage, but as Serling transitioned over into writing for television, he hit a massive brick wall, which was that at the time, the content on TV was strictly controlled by a board of censors, and they did not allow that type of subject matter to be aired. Serling reached a huge turning point in his life, a point of no return in 1956, when the story of Emmett Till, a 14-year-old black boy who was lynched in Mississippi, shocked the nation. He wrote a teleplay called Noon on Doomsday that was heavily inspired by the story and dealt with themes of racial injustice and violence, and it was greenlit by the studio, but then when they presented it to the censor board, they said, "We are not airing this." And Serling just couldn't accept this. He said in an interview, "The writer's role is to be a menace of the public's conscience. He must have a position, a point of view. He must see the arts as a vehicle of social criticism, and he must focus on the issues of his time." And so he came up with a master plan, a way of fooling these censors and getting these types of stories on the air so that a national audience could consume them and start thinking. And he devised a series where they would take these social issues, but dress them up in themes of science fiction and horror, so that maybe a story about racial injustice was about two warring alien species or something. And in 1959, he created the Twilight Zone. Many of the episodes of the Twilight Zone tackled these social issues head-on with the science fiction theme, such as the episode I Am the Night, Color Me Black, written by Serling, which dealt with themes of racism and lynching, or his other episode, The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street, which tackled McCarthyism and Cold War-era paranoia, or the episode The Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, written by Richard Matheson, which dealt with mental health issues, which was a massively taboo topic at the time. And the plan was a massive success. It fooled all the right people and got the message to all the right people. And it set a precedent for science fiction telling these political and social stories in this dressed up way that many other shows, such as Star Trek, would do for years to come. As a matter of fact, I wrote an entire article that presents itself as a review of the kids' movie Bad Guys 2, but in reality is an in-depth analysis of criminal justice reform in the United States. And you can read that here.
Yeah, that's treehousedetective.substack.com if you're into that. Yeah, sometimes that, it's like when you give your pets medicine and you disguise it in a treat that they love, right? You put it in this treat. And then they'll eat it. They'll take the medicine, right? And that's what you kind of have to do with words with some people, right? Sometimes the very same message that you need to get out, you have to tell it in different ways to different people because they respond in different ways to different communication tactics, right? Or you may have to disguise it as something else. Jesus used parables to get his point across, right? Monsters on Maple Street is my favorite. Yes, Chuck's Intergalactic UFO Show. There's all kinds of hidden messages, but that's for secret treasure. I mean, what? I shouldn't have said that. So yeah, I think there's a message there, a message within a message. Now it's time for Cracker needs to learn some shit. Of course, this is the Because We Are podcast. I love these gentlemen. They're very funny. And I learned I don't steal black culture. I learned from it through these guys, and a game show is a perfect format for it. So this week, it's we asked 50 black people about thanking people. Let's watch.
We asked 50 black people, name another way to say thank you. Trendell.
Good looks.
Good looks is the number one answer on the board with a mighty 18 points.
I'll play this one. My next one is appreciate you.
Without the A.
Yeah.
But appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Would have also been accepted.
This one might be a little bit more regional, but I'm gonna go with bless.
Bless is gonna be up there.
Woo.
Blessings. Bless your heart. God bless you.
God bless you.
I'm blessed. And that's going to be your first strike. Why don't you just throw something? You always just let the timer run out.
Yeah, you're right. Honestly, you're right. Hey, you all right?
Hey. You all right, white boy? It's just second strike.
Yo, you the man.
You're the man.
I don't know.
Have you never said thank you before?
I already said the ones that I be saying.
That's not
Fuck.
Odd. We're looking at 29 points up on the board.
Thank you is not thanks.
Wait, say that again?
Thanks. Just thanks.
What?
Not gonna be up there.
Nah, this shit rigged, bro. Come on, this
son.
shit is rigged, bro.
We asked 50 black people to name another way to say thank you. Number 5. Black people always find a way to do something silent now. We're just gonna dap you up.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very emotional. Like you just don't have the words for it, so you're just like, get it,
yo,
get it.
Come on, nigga.
Number 4. Much love.
Much love. That's love. Yeah, love. Would you have also accepted just love?
I think so. Yeah, I would accept it just.
I use much love and appreciate you. Use appreciate you a lot. I do that.
Love as well. And number 2. Shout out Denzel.
My nigga.
Yeah.
My man. Oh my
man.
God. I was close. I feel like what was my second guess? You the man. Damn, I was close. I wasn't black enough.
I use my dog to make it look like I'm being silly, because I am being silly. How you doing, my dog? Yeah, I know, right? Word to your mother. Uncle Cracker in the house. Boop. All right. We're getting close to the end here, folks. You're almost at the end of your weekly community. This is your community service for the week. You have to come here and watch the show for 2 hours. What happened? So, this is Solidjj. Solidjj a little early because we got a little magic coming up here in a second. So this is Solidjj. Superman finally reveals his identity, but he likes to fuck with people too. So this is Superman revealing his identity to people.
Meanwhile, at the Daily Planet, hold on, Perry, you're firing all three of us?
I'm afraid so, Cat. I don't understand, Chief. We're the #1 paper in Metropolis. Yeah, well, ever since Superman showed up, it's been hard to get anyone to pick up the paper. Superman fights a giant flying starfish. You know how people find out about it? They look up. It's hard to miss it.
Chief.
It's like having a fire department in the middle of the ocean. They're covered. The only people who don't know the most relevant moment of the day every day around here are the blind, those cheap bastards.
But what about the investigative work we do here?
You can't really expose Lex Luthor more than like 3 times. But by the 12th time, he's kind of redundant.
But why us 3 in particular?
Well, Lois, because we can't afford her getting herself into trouble anymore. Jimmy, because of his lifeless eyes.
Yeah, all right.
And you can't, because,
lifeless
honestly, I
eyes.
don't know what you actually do. You seem to vanish whenever breaking news type events happen, which isn't very helpful in this line of work.
Well, I wasn't planning on sharing this with you all anytime soon, but Jimmy, I trust you. Lois, you deserve to know. And Perry, well, you won't have to keep any more secrets for long.
What's that?
The truth is...
Superman!
That's right.
Where'd Clark go?
Huh?
Are those his clothes? Good for you two.
Oh, wait. Okay, I see what's going on here. It's my Kryptonian glasses.
Your what?
My Kryptonian glasses. They induce a sort of hypnotic spell on others to conceal my identity. I suppose such long-term exposure might have caused some confusion.
That sounds really dumb.
Well, you're really dumb because you can't tell... Okay, look. How about this? Glasses on.
Clark? Superman? Clark? Superman?
Superman? My disguise is just too fucking good.
My mouth feels dry.
All right, what if I do this? What if I put these sunglasses on now? What's up? Who am I?
Some sort of mysterious third person.
Oh, Diablo. Certainly, you think I'm the
I
devil?
don't know how you're doing this, Superman, but it's quite disorienting.
Yeah, could you bring Clark back? I think he was just about to tell us that you guys are dating. Jesus Christ. Okay, you know what? Let's settle it then. Okay, who am I?
You're Superman?
Right. How about now?
You're...
This is really funky with your heads now, isn't it?
Clark Kent in a Superman outfit?
No. That's Superman wearing glasses.
What if it's Clark in a Superman outfit pretending to be Superman wearing Clark's face? I don't know who you are. Come on, guys, you're so close to getting it. So if I'm not one and I'm not the other, then maybe...
I don't understand.
All right, guys, it wasn't that good a disguise. Come
The
on.
world's not supposed to work like this.
What?
You're wrong. You are wrong.
Oh, Jimmy, all right.
You take off your glasses and you become a completely different person. Everything I understood about the world is wrong.
All right, everyone relax. I didn't mean to mess with your perception of reality.
Reality's whatever we make it. We need to burn it down. We need to burn it all down.
Calm down.
There it goes. Just get off of me.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I've been messing with your head for so long, and it wasn't supposed to be this way. They're just fucking glasses. Please, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do.
Relax, Kevin. It's
Yeah, just office pranks, dude. We knew it was you. What?
Yeah, it's just Aspen.
You did?
Yeah, it's fucking glasses, dude. Come
What,
on.
you think we're stupid?
But why did you do all of that?
No, we're terrible people.
We're terrible people.
You fell for it. All right, so why just put...
Solid JJ. Solid space 2 J's. Can't believe I'll bet I'm gonna pass out. You people are terrible. I don't know why it's not putting the numbers up. We're going back to our poll for the night. You're like, what poll? What poll? Forgot about the poll. So I'll have to. I don't know why it's not. I know why it's not showing up over here, but I'll just tell you the numbers. So what's the reason why J.R.R. Tolkien sold out Lord of the Rings? So 22 votes so far, and 32% of you are split. 32% said money for himself or his family members. Another 32% said his staggering tax debt. And then I guess it's kind of splitsy. 18% for a change of heart before death, and 18% for blackmail, extortion. Dun, dun, dun. All right, well, those dreams are about to come true. You're going to find out from, I guess this is a Scottish person. I don't know. I don't want to be racist. Who is this? This is Black Dragon Tavern. And he's going to talk about the tragic reason Tolkien sold Lord of the Rings. It is kind of tragic. Money for nothing and the chicks for free. That's right. I have ice cream. I'm still not asleep yet. Dude, I've been known to be at parties and look like I'm asleep, and I'll still be holding a bottle of beer, and I'll be just like, and and I look like I'm sleeping. I play possum real well. All right, let's watch this. This is heartbreaking.
But if Tolkien didn't want his work adapted, why did he sell the rights? Checkmate.
That's a grand question. Why don't we answer it? Because the answer is that the honor of destroying all things great and wonderful more or less forced him to. The government, or more specifically, the taxman. You see, the professor's books had finally made it big, especially in America. He created this entire world, this masterpiece, and along with it, gained a small bit of wealth. And he had been living very modestly on a retirement salary from Oxford up to that point. And the British government, the Inland Revenue Service, well, they saw this, and of course, they wanted their cut. A lot of it. So they hit him with a massive, crippling tax bill. A death tax. His accountant told him that the moment that he died, his family, his children would be left with a tax bill so enormous, they would be bankrupt. And he would have to sell everything. His house, his papers, his life's work, just to pay the crown for the privilege of him being successful. So he had a choice: let the government tear apart his legacy after he was gone, or sell a piece of his own soul while he was still alive to protect his family. He took a lump sum from the film rights to pay the taxman. So no, he didn't sell out. He was shaken down quite literally. It's a reminder that the greatest destroyer of art isn't necessarily a dark lord or even a dragon, but a man with a ledger who just wants his cut. Stay bloodthirsty, my friends. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, that's sad. So, you could say, well, it's still sold at, well, whatever. Yeah, even in death. You used to work third trick, and I could sleep standing up. Third trick? I don't know what that means. Is that Canadian for something? Because third trick here in America means something else. I'm just saying. So he created this amazing world, and it's just so intricate, and so much detail is put into it. Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, was it the Episcopalian? What's that book called? It's not the Episcopalian, it's something else. The Vermilion. Is it the Vermilion? I think he had some other books too. But yeah, just incredible stuff. And then when he died, they said, we want a bloody tax money. So in honor of him selling out is more AI, which is selling out everybody else, more or less. But, we have to pay homage to our AI overlords, and we do so by yet another saga lore AI video. This time, it's Lord of the Rings, Sons of the Fellowship Motorcycle Club. Enjoy.
Farm boy, dirt and chrome, scrap bikes riding home, uncle's ring of bones, cold like buried stones, gray wanderer spoke, ride hard, don't choke, give me ghost ring run, road on fire, hunt's begun, ghost ring run, ain't turning around, bone ring rules riders, but I'm taking it down. Farm boys hit the road, dust on boots and hose, old bikes coughing fire, hearts wired with desire. Said we won't stay behind, we ride as one this time, and we go string road. Steel calls to steel, only fools ride alone. Go string road, men riders by the line, chrome burning like a sign. Hands scarred from the road, does not simply ride soft when hell rides hard in a ghost ring run. Fog like dead men's breath, engines howling death. Nine shadows ride stone cold, servants of the throne old. Bone King wants it raised, coming through the haze, yeah! Yeah. You think I'll fold, you think I'll crawl, but that bone ring burns and I outride them all. Let me go swing, run, road on fire, hunt's begun. Go swing, run, can't turn around. Bone ring rules riders, but I'm taking it down.
Woohoo! Rock and or roll of the artificial intelligence variety there. Some lore AI with Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings on the Georgia satellites. We're going up there about gonna take a ring-a-ling-a-ding-a-ling. You know what it is? That's where it is. What was it? It was Kevin over at Black Bear News was talking about AI on Spotify. AI creators making AI music for AI listeners. My eyes aren't so much closing. Motorcycles thrill me. There was one bike there that was not AI. Yeah, there. I know. I think the Bone King was riding just a plain ass motorcycle. It was very weird. Somebody got lazy there. Lore AI or Saga AI, whatever, Saga Lore, whatever the freak you're called. But yeah, unfortunately, that's it. Now artists, something that's going to take them hours, days, weeks, months to take AI to do in minutes. AI is a big flop in the West, though. No industry to let it loose on. That's true. It'll be good for like that mundane code writing shit, but that's the thing. What other code is it going to write? I don't think you have to worry about the commercial brand. It's the government, the AGIs. That's what you got to worry about. 3 trillion stock wipeout just a few days ago. The woman was riding a shovel head in a wishbone frame. Oh, okay. Yeah, those bikes are cool. When they do those bikes, it's kind of cool. Let's see what you're talking about here. Where is it? Was it this guy? I like this guy, the guy on the tomato bike. I don't get the reference. Was he? I guess he was eating tomatoes or something. So that's the High Wizard of the Hog. The Dozy Rider. I guess that's supposed to be the fucked up king. Bronco Bro of Rohan. Oh, that's what's his name? That's the dude that plays Butcher on that show. See, look, wait a minute. See, it looks, I mean, yeah, you got some little stuff here and here, but it just looks kind of plain. I mean, wait a minute. Let's go back here. See, these are supposed to be the wraiths. And then you got little dragon heads here. That's pretty cool. Where else do we got in here? There's, I know, nobody cares about the people. Oh, you talking about this lady? Now, this is pretty cool. This has got a little horse's head. Or is this a horse's head? Bring back the woman on the old Harley. We're getting there. Look, there's his little bike, his little pea bike. Ooh. Lady Long Ride. Are you not letting me do it now? That's a cool, look at that. This has got like a wood panel there. These AI bikes. I tell you what, AI is going to design some cool killer, human killers. There's Bilbo, and that's the Ring of Power. That's funny. So that's, oh, it's got the writing like on the rings. Let's see, the Elvish, is that Elvish? Grey Wander. And then his is like, his is okay. It's not nothing special. All right, that's it. That's enough of the bike stuff. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the Stoner Show. the after the professional grade entertainment, and then you get on and see the guy and bet on whether he's going to pass out or not. You bastards. I swear to Christ, I'll find you wherever you live. I have all your phone numbers. So, no, I'm kidding. I'm not doing any of that. Thanks, everybody on YouTube and Rumble and Facebook. If you're watching this in the future, appreciate you. We do get a lot of people who don't watch live and they'll watch us later. So it's good to see all you guys in the future. Wish we had the winning lotto numbers, but that's not how any of this works, unfortunately. So didn't have a show yesterday for Morning Extra. Some things I had to fix. Still have to fix. They're not quite fixed. AI says I could be lady. You ride the long time. I know, right? Going to horny jail. Why? AI says I could be lady. You ride long time. Moose. Yeah. Beware of AI. You know, if you can use it to help you out, do it. Everybody needs a little help, and if it's free to do it, let it do it. But if you got to pay for it, don't do it. Don't pay for it. Don't get involved in that sort of thing, I would suggest. So what's today? Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, we'll be back with Morning Extra, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific time, and then Lainey and I, Lainey P, with the Undercurrent, same time on Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific time. And then this wonderful mess of a show, totally not put together at the last second. Hey, we'll be back at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Specific time. Can't wait for the AI bubble to burst. I know, right? It's gonna happen. There's too much. There's too many AIs. And then it's going to be, it's always usually, this is just the start of something, and then something totally new is going to come out, and that's going to grab people's attention, that sort of thing. So, there's always something new, some new shiny thing to dangle and catch your attention, man. That's what they're trying to do. So, as I always say, watch out for the fuckery. It's always afoot. And stay frosty. Help each other out. Let's educate people. Well, I think this in the crypto too. The crypto bubble is probably going to burst at some point too. Just be careful if you do that stuff, okay? Just be careful, all right? I love each and every one of you. We have donation links down below. We have plenty of, unfortunately, plenty of GoFundMe links down there for friends who need help. If you want to donate to this show, like you could do like Willie did, and you can donate through the show with Super Chats. Appreciate that. Again, Willie, always appreciate your help, not just for the money, for your friendship too. You're a good person. And make sure you're checking out all of our friends here, their shows, their channels. If you want to donate to us, like I said, you can do it through the show, but we have links down below too if you want to hook us up. We appreciate it. I know, Fingerman, you've hooked us up through PayPal. I appreciate you, as always, my friend, for your recent donations, and Willie's as well, and everybody else that's donated too. So, all right. Well, I'm going to let you go. Your sentence is over. You're finally dismissed. And again, I love each and every one of you. Stay safe. Don't fall for the cults. Use your critical thinking skills, and just watch out. All right. There's a lot of fuckery, a lot of fuckery afoot. Can't say that enough. So, peace out, guys. We'll see you when I see you. Yo.
There can be only one.
Check this out. McDonald's says, "Hey DQ, you want to have a sign war?" And then DQ's like, "We would, but we're too busy making ice cream." And then McDonald's replies back, "That's cute. Our ice cream makes itself." And then DQ comes back with, "You mean it actually works? Shocker." McDonald's got to come back again with, "What's a milkman in pantyhose? A Dairy Queen." And then DQ comes back with, "Why dine with a clown when you can with a queen?" Yeah, that's good. Now, Arvis Bank across the street got to go, "Ice cream machine broken? We have a loan for that." Sounds like a Google ad. And then Sonic, they got to kick in too, and they're like, "We have ice for these burns." And then here comes Domino's with, "Your signs are cheesy, just like our pizza."